going on, everybody? APU's running, so hopefully it ain't too loud. Thought I'd do a video tonight. Tonight being the 6th. I guess currently there's an issue with the Qualcomm company. I guess they have some Qualcomms that are reverting back to the year 2000. So any drivers that are having that problem are to go to a paper log. It just so happens that my Qualcomm is not having that issue, but it's having a new issue, or a different issue. When I left on, let me see what day I left on the 4th. I actually went and picked up a load. I got a sensor failure message on my Qualcomm. So once I picked up my live load drop and hook, yeah, it was, I was pretty sure it was probably going to be a live load because it had a specific time to go get it, which typically will tell you that it's a live load or unload, not a drop and hook like it's listed on the load board. But anyway, so I was getting that sensor failure, so I wasn't far from the terminal. I drove back, went in and talked to the gentleman at the shop. He was under the impression that it was probably related to the overall Qualcomm issues that are going on right now, which doesn't sound right to me. Coming from a mechanical background, the problem they're having is software related. This is hardware related. So today, I've been on paper logs since then, because I continue to get these sensor failure codes. And actually, the Qualcomm has now got a little message where your tab for hours of service telling me to go to paper logs. So I've been running paper logs for 3 days. I just got off the phone with the technical support help for the hardware, and from what I gathered there, yeah, I need to have it looked at because sensors fail on a regular basis, is what I was told, and that's probably exactly what it is. The truck today, according to them, has shown that I've moved a little bit. I've actually moved quite a bit, and it was currently showing me, I can't remember the name of the city that she was, or town or whatever she was telling me that it was showing me in, but I'm actually not there. I'm here. So I'm going to get that looked at. Again, the truck's due for an oil change here pretty quick. So I'll take it in the shop, get the oil change done, and then have them look at that sensor failure concern, so I can get that fixed or rectified. So as far as issues, that's the first real issue I've had. And again, I'm not a big fan of paper logs. I know a lot of guys, they'll live and die by a paper log. I hate doing paper logs. I think it's a pain in the caboose and time consuming. For me, this is the electronic system is so much simpler. I'm not running so hard that I need to fudge anything to get done what I need to do. That's the only benefit to a paper log I can see. That's it. Because for me, the Qualcomm runs in minutes, and it's getting ready to go to seconds, is the new system that everybody's got to go to. In a paper log, it's done in increments of 15. So to me, I gain more time on the Qualcomm because it goes in increments of minutes versus the 15-minute increments on a paper log. Again, you can fudge those numbers and get, you know, if you want to. To each their own. I guess everybody has a preference, but since I've been driving, electronic logs is pretty much is all I've done, except for occasional logging class for the just in case moments. So I'm more comfortable and happy with the electronic version. But the main reason I'm making this video is I've made a decision. I know I've been talking about this, trying to gather as much information, and I have. And what I've decided is, at this time and for the foreseeable future, I am going to stay right here at Schneider. I am not going to go to Landstar right now. Nothing against Landstar. I'm not saying it's a bad deal, but overall, there are some. It's an expensive process. It can be an expensive process. For one, Landstar is very extensive. If you work for Schneider and you think Schneider is a very rural centric company, Landstar is probably worse, if you want to put it in that regard, from what I've gathered. And I mean, you're going to have downtime. I really don't want to interrupt my revenue stream at the moment. I just don't. So there will be downtime in the transition. And just looking at the fees to make the move, I don't think for myself and my business at this time that it makes sense for me to do that. I mean, the transfer fee to move the truck from Schneider National to Landstar, that's $400. The Qualcomm, you have to buy the Qualcomm. I mean, you have to buy the equipment. It's $800. They'll take it out in increments of 100, but that's another $100 a week that's added to my bottom line. The insurance, I can get myself. I may still do that, even staying here. But that's another, not much. It's apples to oranges, pennies to dollars. It's like $79 difference a month. So that's not a real big issue. And looking at just as much information as I can find on their load board, yeah, you do have the ability to negotiate loads, and I do like that. I like that a lot. But from what I've been gathering, and I don't know if anybody's ever watched his videos. I don't put a lot of stock into what a lot of people say on YouTube, but this gentleman has been doing very well for himself for a very long time, and he now has his own authority, and he's got his own trucking business now. I mean, other than running his own truck. And anybody that has worked for Schneider probably knows the name, but it's Jeff Like. If you listen to his information, he's got a lot of good information, and I have never met him, but I will say that I would take stock of what he says. He's always put out videos with content to help, especially the owner-operator side of things, to help people be successful. That listening to him, again, was just one small part of the overall picture. So don't think that, that's all I did was watch a couple YouTube videos and boo-boo. But it helps to know, and he's a good source just for the simple fact he worked for Landstar for 10 years and then came to Schneider for 8 and then got his own authority. So I think he's pretty knowledgeable overall on the subject. So yeah, I just don't think revenue-wise for me, would be a good time to make this move. Next year it might change. It may very well change. But we'll see next year. So I have let Landstar know that I will not be transferring my truck to them at this time. And I've also contacted my rep at SFI because she would be handling all that paperwork. I've also contacted her and let her know that I will be staying at Schneider National unless Schneider National throws me out. Again, you can make money here. It's not that hard. Can you do better at Landstar? I'm gonna guess probably. It's just a guess though, because I haven't worked there. I don't know for sure, and I've talked to a few guys that work there. Do they have a larger selection of available freight lanes? I'm going to say yes on that. But that can't be the overriding factor for me to move. Would it be nice to go other places than I do now? Yeah, it would. I'm going to say yes. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. Again, I have to make the decision that I feel is best for me and my business. And right now, I think the best course of action is to stay put. Just keep the revenue flowing and keep building what I've built so far, and just keep moving forward with it. That's the only thing I can say. Again, I don't have any issue with working here. I really don't. I don't think a lot of people that work here have an issue with this company. I think the only ones that have an issue with Schneider are people that have left for whatever their reasoning is. And I don't, I'm sure a lot of those didn't leave because they didn't like running freight for this company. So, everybody's got to make the decision that they feel is best for what their business is doing. So yeah, after all this decision, I've made mine. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna keep moving forward and keep doing what we do, and try to get a little better on the videos rather than me sitting in the seat just yapping at the phone all the time. Try to make them a little more interesting anyway, because I know for a fact, and my wife will tell you, I'm not that interesting of a guy. Just not. But other than that, I just thought I'd let everybody know what's going on, and I appreciate all the information, Mr. Bennett. If you decide to make the move, I hope to stay in contact with you, because I'm sure the information you will have at that time would be extremely beneficial to myself. But yeah, for now, moving the truck to a different company, that's going to be a moot point. So there should be no more videos. Again, unless Schneider National calls me in the morning and says, you got to go. I'm going to stay right here. But as always, I appreciate you guys taking the time. Be safe, and we will talk to you.